Can you believe it's time for a September writing log already? Today is August 31st and I just got home from work and I'm pretty freaking tired. So lately I haven't been able to write. Not because I didn't have the time, but just because every time I go to sit down and focus on writing, I kind of freeze up and I can't seem to get any words down. So today, at the end of my day at work, I had like 10 minutes left and there was no point in starting anything new. So I opened up a Word document, shh, don't tell, and I wrote about 4 lines. And I saw this image in my head and it was a brand new character, a new place, and a certain feel and a smell, and I could just see it and feel it all. I don't know what the character was doing there. I don't know who she is or why she's there, but I really enjoyed the feel and the fact that I wasn't putting pressure on myself to write it a certain way. This is why I enjoy pantsing, and I think this might be one of my reasons for having such a difficult time writing Archon and getting going with Elganthus, because I feel like I'm just putting so much pressure on myself to write it a certain way, and because I kind of know a direction that I'm going in, it's too much planning in my head, if that makes any sense. I write a lot better when I'm writing on a whim with no idea where I'm going, no idea where my characters are, going to go. So I'm hoping this little start, it's probably not going to turn into much of anything, but I'm hoping that if I can keep doing these little exercises where I start writing a random scene, whether or not I keep it or whether or not it turns into something else, at the very least, I'm writing and it gets my creative juices flowing again, and I think it's really going to help. So rather than putting pressure on myself to sit down and write a specific scene and write what's happening next in a specific story, I am just going to wing it and start new scenes anytime I feel like it, just to get myself back into the habit of writing. There really isn't much else going on today to talk about, so let's just move on to the next day. Today is Wednesday, September 1st, and I guess this is technically where I should have started this video log, but that is okay, I'm here now. So with the Delta variant coming, everything in Manitoba is beginning to lock up tight, and as of Friday, you cannot go even into a restaurant if you're not double vaccinated. So what does this mean? Our writing group normally meets every Friday night in a restaurant, and we talk about, self-publishing and marketing and basically our projects that we're working on. We give each other advice and support. However, not all of us have chosen to be vaccinated, and therefore our meeting is canceled. So we're looking at other options, going to someone else's house or, Skyping. Some of us can't Skype, do not have the ability to Skype where we're located. So I guess right now we're just kind of winging it, and we're going to have to make some plans. I can offer my house, but then we'd have to do, a little bit of prep work and some organization. School is starting, hockey's going to be starting, we've got stuff lying out everywhere to go through and sort through the school supplies and make sure the hockey equipment still fits the kids. So our house right now is not in any condition to accept a group full of writers to sit at our kitchen table and write. One day, yes, it will definitely be in tip-top shape and ready to go, but unfortunately this week it is not. So Friday night writing meeting is canceled unless somebody else offers their home, so this might mean some more writing time for me. So today I just finished my work and I'm going to go up and make supper for the family, and depending on how I feel, I really hope I can make some writing time. After all, if I look at my checklist, it does say tonight is writing night, so I just have to make the effort to write. So crossing fingers that I can get some words down. Hey, today is Saturday, September something. I think it's the 4th or the 5th today. I don't really know anymore. I'm sure I'll know when I edit the video and look at the calendar. So yesterday was Friday and it was our writing meeting, and we managed to meet at someone's house. Again, we're not allowed in restaurants unless you're double vaxxed, and not all of us are double vaxxed. It was really nice. We got to sit at the table, drink some tea, have some snacks, and talk about magic systems with, you know, fantasy and all of that. It was kind of fun. I've also been talking about Comic-Con and splitting a table with another author. I'm leaning towards no for this year because here's the thing. I've made a lot of decisions about my writing, and one of those decisions is that I do want to go hardcore into high fantasy. I need to step back from the crime thrillers. I need to step back from Archon. I hate starting projects and leaving them unfinished. However, I know that I want to really go serious with my high fantasy, and I need to pull away from everything else and focus on my goals. So I need to take some time and make some real plans with my world building, the magic systems involved, the species, the races, and I really have to plot it out and just gear down and work hard and actually get some high fantasy done. So what does that mean for Nano this year? Well, originally I was thinking, you know, some short stories. I think I can still do that and release like a Tales of Elganthus Volume 2 just to get me going back in the high fantasy world. But before then, I do have to make, you know, the whole world building plan and really make some major decisions on how I'm going to go about this world. So I feel kind of good that I've made these decisions and I have sort of a direction now instead of jumping from here to there. If I do Comic-Con, it might only be for 1 day instead of 3. My health condition is going to really impact how I handle it. It is a high volume place, lots of people, lots of lights, noise, and I'm kind of nervous about doing it on my own, as in, you know, getting everything ready, going in, setting up. I'm scared, to be honest with you. So doing local vendor markets and craft sales with my crime thriller series is still a possibility, because I can just do like a 4-hour vendor market locally and be done. Less driving, less travel, not in such a big massive building, hopefully less people. So that's the plan. So today we are actually going out. We're going to go do an escape room, and we're going to a comedy club, and I'm excited to have a night out on the town. Now I'm supposed to schedule a live stream for this weekend. I normally do it on Sundays. I don't think I'm going to be up for it tomorrow, but Monday is a holiday in Canada, so I might decide to do one on Monday. I'm not entirely sure yet. So crossing fingers I can make that decision. I'll decide tomorrow. I don't have to put that pressure on myself to make the decision now. I have to, you know, sit back and relax and just play it by ear and see how I feel. Otherwise, I've got a lot of cleaning and housework and organization to do so that I'm not so stressed out in my home. I find it's really hard to write when I'm stressed out and when everything is in a disaster. Other than that, we also went to Best Buy yesterday for their laptop sale, and I got a new laptop. Do I need it? No, but it's kind of a want. Here's the thing. I have a Surface. I've had it for about 5 or 6 years, and it's not functioning as well as it used to. And getting a gaming laptop with a decent video card and operating system allows me to do video editing and graphic design and stuff like that in bed if I'm not feeling 100%. So my Surface cannot handle that. It doesn't have the video card necessary to make it, or the processing power to make it, you know, as smooth and easy to do. So I am in process of setting up my new laptop, and I will show it to you once I have things going. And yes, so I'm pretty excited to test it out. Otherwise, let's see how the day goes and see how I feel tomorrow, and if I can get some cleaning and stuff done, maybe by Sunday night or Monday I can do some writing. Okay, I know I look like crap, but that's okay. Today is Tuesday, September 7th. It's after 5 p.m. and I've finished working for the day. I was supposed to go to work in the city. However, I had a really crappy sleep last night, which includes my kid waking me up with bad dreams. And because of my health, it really slows me down, and my ability to drive goes pretty much out the frickin' window. So over the last half an hour, I've been doing a little bit of side work. I did some keyword research, and I created some Amazon advertising campaigns for my simple lined notebooks for the low content or no content publishing that I've recently started. So I'm really hoping it can jumpstart some sales. Now, in addition to that, I don't need to add more to my plate, but I know sometimes I'm kind of stuck in bed and I'm not able to focus on my writing projects. I'm not able to do video recording or editing. Sometimes I get tired of watching TV. So I decided to go back to Fiverr and offer a beta reading service just for short stories and first chapters. That way, I'm not tying myself down to a novel and giving a full detailed review and analysis on a novel. Instead, I am just doing the first chapter and short stories up to 5,000 words. I don't know if I'll get any interest in this, but if you are interested in checking it out, you can find me on Fiverr. I'm called Honest Tania. That's Tanya with an I, in case you didn't notice. Now, advertising for this, I don't really need to do, or I'm not going to do very much because I'm not looking for a huge overflow of work. So I have just shared it on my Twitter handle, and we'll see what happens if I get any buyers. At least this is something that I can do from bed that might offer me some aspect of inspiration for writing. It might offer me an extra source of income down the road, and maybe if it does take off very well, I can do longer form content to review like novellas and stuff. But for now, again, I'm just starting off small with 5,000 words. So if you have a short story or a first chapter that you might want a beta reader to just go over for you and give you a little bit of analysis and a personal opinion, just come and find me on Fiverr as Honest Tania. The only other thing that I've managed to accomplish, other than what I previously said in my other, recording here before this one, is I managed to plan out my next YouTube video for Tania's Writing Realm, as well as my next podcast episode, which I recorded, edited, and uploaded yesterday. And I also planned my next Tania's Treasury video. That one's going to be probably a little bit shorter, and of course, because I've taken on so much, as I always do, I've decided to do just a shorter video and a monthly update on that channel so that I'm not feeling the pressure to upload a new video every week. Hello, my friends. Today is Monday, September 13th. I can't believe it's the 13th already. This month is flying past. Everything is in chaos. So the kids are back in school, and I am back to working at home by myself for 3 days a week, which is really awesome. I have absolutely no complaints whatsoever about this. Something exciting, I got my new banner in the mail, as you can see behind me. It is a rolled canvas, and it comes from a Canvas Champ. I like the product. The cost was reasonable. However, the delivery time was ridiculous. They said they put like a free priority, processing on it, and that I should have gotten it by I think it was supposed to come in August 31st, and I got it in on Friday, September 10th. I had checked in with them 3 different times. Now, if you hear barking in the background, it is my dog. She hears some sort of commotion outside. So in addition to getting the banner, I also got a free 8x8 wrapped canvas, which is this picture here. I absolutely love this castle. I also have it on my desktop now as a background. It kind of reminds me of a fantasy castle. I don't know exactly where it is. I would assume it's somewhere overseas. Obviously, it is not in Canada. Okay, so writing. Yesterday, I finally had some time to write, but again, I'm still having a hard time sticking to one project. So I just again started randomly writing a scene, something more like a romance kind of deal. I got about 500 or 600 words in. I know I'm not writing exactly what I had wanted to write, but at least I wrote something. Lately, I've been feeling very down about where I am at with my writing process, with my publications, and I feel like I'm failing. Now, I know that I'm not actually failing. It's just more about the frustration of not being able to get done and finish what I want to finish. But I also feel like I'm spending more than I'm making, obviously, which is how anybody starts out as an author. So I actually went through and paused a whole bunch of my Amazon advertising campaigns. I kept them going in the US and Canada, and also I think it was France, just for the Red Crime Thriller series. And the reason for this is because nobody's actually buying them, but people are clicking on them. And so I'm basically getting nothing and I'm spending money. Now, I know that's intentional, how, you're supposed to start out with Amazon advertising campaigns, but I've been adding new books to this Amazon advertising campaign for the last year, and by now it should be a little bit better than what it is. But I know that these are short stories. I know that they're Canadian stories. I know that it is not my absolute best writing that I'm capable of. So I'm okay with putting those on hold for now and refocusing my energy on writing and getting a novel done, because I think that that's where I will feel more of a sense of accomplishment and like I'm actually getting somewhere. Now, I am going to keep all of the low content notebooks and no content books. That advertising campaign is going to continue in all countries that's available to me, because those are just starting out. So I'm okay with keeping those going. And again, I'm going to keep the Canadian, US, and France advertising campaigns going for the Red Crime Thriller series. Now, I've asked for costing on the print run for those short story booklets over a month ago. So on the weekend, I sent another email out to the printing company asking, hey, I'm waiting for my quote, where is it? I haven't gotten it yet, and I haven't gotten a response from that email yet. But again, I feel like, okay, if I want to put most of my energy into high fantasy, and that's where my dream is, why am I still putting effort, energy, and money into the Red Crime Thriller series and getting those printed and going to vendor markets and selling them? I know it's important to get my name out there, and this is all the work that I have completed and published so far. So that's all I have to work with, but I'm just so on the fence right now and so indecisive if I want to do more craft and vendor markets. Now, I still have a bunch of these booklets that didn't sell yet, and I could do another vendor market just to try to sell them, or I could just say screw it and sell them to people I know and people at work. So if you have any advice for me at this point, now would be a wonderful time for you to leave a comment below and tell me what you think I should do, because I don't know. I feel like being an indie author can be related to exploratory surgery, because you don't know what you're going to find or what your results are going to be until you get in there and start exploring. What have I found so far? I don't know. It's hard work. It takes a lot of time to market and stay on top of media, stay on top of your YouTube channel and your podcast. And sometimes I wonder if all of this effort is worth it, considering where I'm at with my writing and publications. I hear a lot of people talk about building your author platform while you're getting into the publishing world and before you go big. Because I'm totally going to do that, right? So that way you get a readership ready before you actually publish your book. But this is too much time and effort, and it's so much time and effort that I can't get my book ready. But I have a problem with backing out of things, and I have a problem with saying no, and I have a problem with quitting. Something called unfinished business does not sit well with me. So I feel like if I quit my podcast, if I quit my YouTube channel, if I, cancel my website, if I cancel my Facebook page, I will feel like I've thrown in the towel, given up, and I've failed. So I am not willing to do that. Instead, I did start pulling back, and I've talked about it in some of my other videos. I did start pulling back, cutting down the time I've spent on certain media-related things. And I've gotten a schedule, which is over there, where I'm going to try to make more time for writing. But at some point, something's got to give. Hockey is starting, like, this Friday is evaluations for my oldest son. And then by October, we're going to be in full swing with hockey. So how am I going to add hockey on top of working full-time, trying to find time to write, staying on top of all of the YouTube and the podcast and the website and the Facebook group and the Facebook page, and trying to do live stream writing sprints here and there, and, you know, formatting and publishing low content or no content books. Like, I have no idea. At some point, something needs to give, because I'm overloaded already, and I'm going to be even more loaded. And I feel like at some point my health condition is just going to get like 10 times worse because it is too much. So I need to do some thinking here. I really need to put some time and effort into thinking about what is important to me, what do I want to keep, how do I proceed from where I'm at now. Have you ever reached this point, like, where you know you're overloaded and you could see very soon in this short distance, you are going to reach this point where you're going to break. You're going to be so overwhelmed and your health is going to be affected. And how did you handle it? Like, did you actually cut things out completely? Did you pull back on things? I already put my Nerdalific YouTube channel on hold. I made sure that my Tania's Treasury channel is only one video a month, so I'm not overdoing it. I cut my YouTube videos down to 2 per month and then 2 podcast episodes a month. I was doing much more than that initially for the YouTube channel. I don't know. Maybe I just need some help and some guidance, or maybe I just need to step back from everything for a while and take a break. I don't know. No fucking clue. No fucking clue.